What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of Ruin a Randomer. Before we get into today's episode, it might be a really short one today, because what we're going to do is open these 10-player picks, and then we're going to go and get my silver squad that's already pretty much built and go into silver stars, because I need to get the silver stars objective done. Before we get into today's video, you guys have been loving the return of Ruin a Randomer. I know some of you don't know what it is or what it means. Or where it came from, but it was basically a series that kind of put my name out there, out and about there. And actually, that's what I'm going to talk about today. So, yeah, I'll get into it when we get into the game. But if you guys are enjoying the content, you want to drop a thumbs up, it would be very much appreciated. And let's see if we can get ourselves some fodder. Let's go. Kayer, he seems to pop up a lot in these, but we'll take him to start with. I just need some fodder for these SBCs, man. I've got 5 players right now out there that I want to do. Oh yes, Big Manuel, thank you very much. Hey, this has been alright so far. 2 walkouts from 3 and an 83 in the other. Take Kepa, Spanish, links to probably more players than Buffon. Next up, an 84, very nice. Guerrero, not a duplicate either. First 5 have been okay. Next up, yeah, we'll take the 84 Arthur, probably worth about 8k right now. Yeah, somewhere along the line. So about the same price as the pack for the 84s. Steve can come in on next. 3 more picks to go. Acuna, Matata, probably better for chemistry. Was meant to end Tuesday, but now will not end until Friday. Wait, what's that? Oh, the heat wave? Yeah. Oh, it's so hot, man. It is so hot. And then last but not least is Parejo. Hey, that's not bad for a set of 10. It is quite bad, isn't it? Not the best. But yeah, what we're going to be doing today is working on the objective for the silver stars, which is going to be Doku. We need to win 3, score 8, and assist 6 in silver lounge. And of course, we can't be using this squad. Oh, by the way, in the squad that we built yesterday for the best possible squad, this is better chemistry. I changed it around a little bit. I did actually figure it out by myself as well, which is brilliant. I didn't need the chat for help, but this is way better, and it stops Verratti from losing any stats as well. So bit of a dub there. But what we're going to be using today is going to be the Silvers squad, which is the 4-4-2. I have ordered food as well, so if that comes midway, then I don't know. Maybe I lose because of that or whatever. But this is the squad, guys. So we've got Wirtz and Rodrigo Pino up front. He's not the best for pace. It is noticeable, but we've got Dalbert at left mid, Wallace at centre mid, and Reach and Stoppelkamp. One of the first Silver Stars Stoppelkamp was for the Record Breakers promo, and I like him a lot. He's only got 3-star skill moves, but 4-star weak foot, high-low work rates, and then just, I don't know, something about him that just makes him very, very nice for me. We've got Paulo Artavio at left back. We're still using Wes Morgan, again, one of the first ones at centre back, with Dan at right centre back, and Bardsley at right back, with Melier in goal. Very good goalkeeper indeed. And yeah, Stoppelkamp was an SBC. Yeah, but like, my point was, from earlier on in the game cycle, whether he's silver stars or not, one of the earliest silver cards, I guess, is what I was getting at, rather than silver stars. One of the earliest silver cards to use in silver stars for silver cards, in silver stars that are silver stars for some silver cards. So I saw yesterday there was nearly 2,000 people queuing outside of a nightclub. Oh man, when I was driving into the office today in my Lambo, you know what I mean? On the radio they were saying how clubs open at midnight because it's Freedom Day, right? And Freedom Day, what a weird day to call it. Freedom Day sounds like we've been imprisoned and we are now let out, which obviously isn't reality. But hey, such is the life we live. Yeah, and I listened on the radio, and they were like, oh yeah, nightclubs started opening at 12 and were packed. And it's like, listen, this is a surefire way to send us straight back into another lockdown. How come my office is not at home now? So it will be. So I actually had some good news today from the internet. So for those of you that didn't know, in the house that I used to live in, which I only moved out of about 3.5 weeks ago, I had my own internet line called a leased line. And what that means is that I don't share it with anyone. I get like whatever speeds I want. It's quite expensive for the upper speeds. It was quite expensive for the mid-tier speeds as well, to be fair. But I essentially have my own internet line. So at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. or 4 p.m. when everyone gets back from school and things like that, and it's like prime time, I don't lose any quality or anything like that. Oh, that's a lovely run. He hasn't seen it. And so I have my own lease line, and it was from a company called Daisy, and God bless Daisy. I know you can do it through BT or OpenReach itself now. You never used to be able to, but you can now. Oh, that's the one. Oh, that's the one. Oh, that's the one. And this guy's out of here. And we'll carry on. We'll carry on. We'll do another one. But moving house, you have to move the leased line. And where I live now, where I used to live, I was right near the like green box in the road, right? You know, like you have those like cabinets where all the internet stuff is kept. My house was like, I don't know, 100 feet from it. So it was super, super easy. They installed it very, very quickly, and it was happy days. This is going to be the same guy, watch. Here it is. It was just super easy, right? And so with my new house, he's just going to quit. And then we're going to match up again because he's going to search again straight away. Yeah, with the new house, the cabinet is quite far away. We've got to go through some roads, and then they hit some stumbling blocks with where they have to lay the pipe. Oh, yeah, lay the pipe. Where they have to lay... It's going to be the same guy again. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, where they have to lay the pipe. Oh, I've got Juan Jesus now. I might put him in. They had to get some, like, permission from the council to dig the road up and things like that, right? So we had to wait for that. But... And we initially was due to have the internet installed on moving day, which was 3 weeks ago. But they had so many issues, and what happens when they get an issue is they have to apply to the council for like certain things, and you can't just like go and dig the road up, or sometimes it's like about waiting for the right technicians to be available to do the job that's at hand, and so on and so forth, right? So it's not just as easy as like, go on, lad. It's not just as easy as you'd like to hope it would be. And so we finally got news today that the pipes are being laid on Thursday. It's a 2-day job. And after that, we should be... I don't know how long it takes after the pipes are laid for them to do like their internal testing and things like that to make sure it's working and stuff. I can't imagine it'll be too long. So hopefully I'll have internet back at home. I'll have internet back at home in a week's time, at which point I will be working from home again. Now, my home office, which was also due to be done, also hasn't been done. And so we had big problems there because we connected with a company that like kind of do office fits for places like Red Bull or, you know, big gaming conventions and things like that. But we kind of had cross wires with them, and what they thought was we wanted some big What's wrong with people? They wanted some like big production studio. They thought I wanted like TV cameras and TV studio lighting and like, you know, like movie things, like, you know, the kind of like cameras and things that you'd have at movie studios and things like that. And obviously I didn't want those things. For me, it was more about the aesthetics of the office space because I've already got the equipment that I need. And so for about 4 or 5 weeks, we were talking with this company and wires were just crossed, and we finally ended up getting to the bottom of it. And so here we are now, redoing that. They're coming for a site survey this week, and then hopefully it should not be much longer than 3 or 4 weeks after that to get the office installed. And I'm excited to get into the new office because it's just going to be cool, man. It's just going to be really cool. The guy that's doing it now and talking to us now, he's like, he didn't know who I was beforehand, but he's like looked at the content and he's like putting pieces together for everything that is NepentheZ related, I guess. And that basically, I'm in this office here, which I'll go through this story in a second, because I don't have good enough internet at home. My internet at home is like 20 down, 25 down, and like 6 up on a good time, right? When it's like peak times and stuff, it's just a nightmare, right? Like Netflix doesn't even load or anything. And so where I am right now is at one of my Airbnbs. So outside of YouTube, and one of the questions that we get asked about a lot is like, what are you going to do when YouTube dies? It's this guy again, man. Oh, my days, man. It's going to take me forever. What am I going to do when YouTube dies? And obviously, that's something that you've always got to consider, something that we've always been concerned about, I guess. Oh, is he giving me the win? Oh, he's going to try and foul me, isn't he? He is. He's going to try and foul me. He so desperately doesn't want me to win that he'd rather foul me. Yeah. Oh, no. He'd rather foul me and quit. What a tramp. Why? Why? But yeah, so over the last sort of 3 or 4 years, I've started investing a lot of my revenue from YouTube into property. And so the house that I used to live in before the last house that I lived in, before the new house that I lived in, so like I bought my first house at 21. I'm now 36, so that's 15 years ago. Before I even started YouTube, before YouTube was even a thing, I bought my first house. Come on, man. Yeah, so I bought my first house then, and we lived in that house, myself and Lauren. We lived in that house for best part of like 11 years, I want to say. This is going to be the same guy again. I don't know why he thinks he's going to get someone different. He's not. It's going to be me every time. Yeah, we lived in that house for like 11 years or whatever, however many years it was, 10 and a half years or whatever. And I just stop searching then, man, because it's just going to be me every time, all right? And so when we left that house and bought our new house in Bournemouth, which was the second property that I bought, I used some of the money that I had from YouTube to buy that house from myself, essentially. So I started a property company. And if I can kick off before... Stop searching then, guy, because it's always going to be me. And so, yeah, I sold that house to my property company. And that house now gets rented out. Not Airbnb, just like regular, traditional rent. It's going to be the same guy again. Now we're just here wasting each other's time. Oh, no, somebody different. Hell yeah, let's go. And so after we moved into the new house, we very quickly as well bought another house in Bournemouth, the third property. And that house is also a regular rental because at the time, Airbnbs were just not it. They weren't popular. They weren't the thing. The Airbnb scene wasn't nearly as kind of like good as it is now. I think if I think back to Airbnbs, I actually think it was like horrible, low quality conditions and things, right? For people that just couldn't afford other things or whatever. And so the whole Airbnb scene has changed a lot over the last few years. And it's, especially with COVID right now as well, it's very, very, very high quality. And, you know, the properties we've got for it are high quality. So that was the third property. Then the fourth property was a flat that we bought on the beach. One of, I'm going to say exactly which one, but one of Bournemouth's beaches. Go on in. Go on in. No. And that one now is rented out as an Airbnb. Oh, come on now. And then this one was the next one that we bought. And this one was, of course, to be rented out. And it is ready to be rented out. But unfortunately, because my internet and office wasn't ready, I now have to work from this flat because it's right in Bournemouth Centre. And the internet here is very good. So right now I have like 350 down, I think. And like 50 up. So not as good upload as my other house, which was 100 up, 100 down, but much better download. And this is just the living room of that Airbnb, basically. And so we are here until I get better internet at home. And then when I get better internet at home, this will then start being rented out and actually start making me some money. And then after that, when I'm at home, my office won't be ready for a few weeks at the very least after I finally get internet. But I'll be able to stream from the living room at home at the new house, and then that's where we're at with that. And then with regards to, on works, pal. On works, pal. Oh, that's a drive and a half. That is. Let's go, baby. With regards to the internet at home, it's going to be a gig up and a gig down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You started chucking it down where you live. I wish it would rain here, man. Just get some of this humidity out of the air. It's very intense. great defending that is. On Wirtz. What could be Wirtz, pal? Boom. Let's go, baby. 3-0. Hey, we're getting these goals up. We should already have 2 wins. If that one, if I didn't hit the post before, it would have been nice. But just in general, this that guy that we matched like 8 times, if he would have just given me a win as well, we could have been gone. You know what I mean? And reach fight. Round 1. Fight. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And so, to answer the question, I think my food might be here. To answer the question that nobody asked of what am I going to do when YouTube's finishes, first of all, I don't know if I ever want to fully stop creating content. It's just a part of my life. I love my community. I love you guys a lot. What you've allowed me to achieve is incredible. What you've enabled me to achieve is incredible. And I love gaming, and you know, my daughter's into like watching YouTube. My son's getting there as well, so this will probably be part of my family for ever now, I guess. With that being said, I don't want to be spending, you know, 15, 16 hours a day for the rest of my life doing this. Some days it's not that intense. Some days it's like, you know, 10, 12 hours. But in general, I don't want to be like doing this for the rest of my life. And so that's what I've got set up for post YouTube being able to live, essentially. Come on in, Scott Dan Powell. 6 p.m. content vids already. Well, thank you very much, man. Well, that's a good pass, that is. Nice from Wallace, that. Oh, that's a peach of a ball.
Now the Invincibles might get in behind the defense.
Oh, Dalbert, love that.
The cross is on. This is looking threatening.
Oh, Dalbert, almost.
Now the attack fizzled out.
Oh no, Otavio's away now as well. Do my kids watch me? No. They watch me when I'm streaming sometimes. My son does like football, so I can imagine eventually he will. He's only 3 at the moment, so he better. Reese is he here? On his way. Let's go, baby. Let's see this out to half time and make sure we don't concede another. I don't want to let this guy look where his defense is. What the hell are you doing, mate?
Showing good width. Pino now. Well, he was in the right place to intercept.
And I got to. Do you know what? I'm going to stop attacking against this guy. He's so many men deep, and just trying to hit me on counters. Did you buy or to let mortgage? Did you buy or buy to let? Well, I've got a couple mortgages and a couple that I've bought outright. I found you during our first COVID lockdown in Sydney last year. The 6 p.m. videos were a real highlight of my day. Well, thank you very much, man. Priority order is almost here. He said to me, can I come outside and get it? No, that's not the point of Uber Eats delivered to your door, is it? If I wanted to go outside and get it, I would have just gone and got it. Do you know what I mean? What an episode of Ruin Around with this is, hey? You guys get some truly well and truly uncut. Oh yeah, we've done him there. Oh, you don't know about this one. Unlucky. Listen, I've got a lot of things I'd love to say and things I would say and would want to say. And it's not about that I think what I have to say is worth less. In fact, it's probably worth more given the fact that I've had negative experiences and can have a literal level of experience that other people just couldn't dream of, right? But it's more about just not wanting to just deal with the grief, quite honestly, of what it would bring by creating some kind of like channel about how I manage my finances, like like what I make from YouTube, where I spend that money, how I spend that money, the pros and cons of the I suppose glitz and glamour of being successful on a social media platform. I got a lot to say about it, but I just don't know if I could be bothered to deal with the grief and hate and abuse that comes with it, basically. I was literally scored 3 counter-attack goals on me so far, and that's it. Streamer advice. Now, for advice for content creation, so I was going to talk about this episode. I might leave this for the next episode, but basically, like, yeah, like, I didn't want this episode to be a woe is me kind of thing, which is why I didn't do it, because woe isn't me. Like, yeah, sure, we've all got some stuff going on in our lives that we probably wish we didn't have, some stresses, some anxieties, and so on and so forth. But I also understand I do have an extremely privileged life because of where I'm at and what I'm doing. Not a pen. That's not even a corner. But we'll save that for the next video. I won't even talk about that now. So remind me stream when we record the next one that what we're going to be talking about is what did somebody say about? Oh yeah, streamer advice, right? Because oh yeah, that's another one of these things, man, that I've got a lot to say on. And you know, if I were to give my advice right now, I'm not currently taking my own advice. And yeah, it can be hard because there's only so many hours in a day. Yeah, here goes this guy again on his old counterattacks. That's going out. Thank you very much. Finance channels, apparently. Yeah, finance channels bang for CPM. Do you know what? I actually saw a TikTok a couple days ago from this guy, right? And the TikTok was, here's how much money I make on YouTube from 3 channels, 81,000 subscribers, which is his combined total subscribers, and 1,400 videos or something like that. And I was like, I'm intrigued. Yeah, I'm interested to see. And this guy's niche was... He was basically telling horror stories, right? And this is literally what started Ruin Random coming back in one regard, because it's what created this whole setup of, do I want to create some more channels? Not to make more money, although of course as you know, money makes the world go round. I'm not going to say no to more money. Like obviously people aren't going to do things for free if there is an opportunity to generate revenue there, but because of the way he cultivated his content for his audience, right? And the way it worked was this. So his niche was doing... Oh, he's letting me get a goal now. His niche was doing horror stories. He just told horror stories. And the way he did it was, on his main channel, he would do 3 15 or so minute videos of the same horror story, just cut up into 3 different segments for people that preferred shorter form content. Then he'd have another channel where he'd put those 3 videos together into one video and upload that for longer form content for people that wanted that. And then another channel, he'd put even more content into it and make an even longer video. And I thought, all right, I'm interested. How much does this guy... He doesn't get many views per video, less than 10,000 on average, some over 10,000, but mostly in the thousands, like low, you know, mid to low thousands, right? And I was blown away by how much money he makes. All together, like $120,000, $150,000 a year, and it's increasing. And his CPM was insane because people are there the whole time. And it was crazy to see somebody essentially get such little views. I can't remember his channel name off, like, for the life of me, Jack, I'm afraid. I just know all of this from like the TikTok that he made, but it blew my mind that you can generate such little viewership and still generate such large income. And then talking about obviously the finance channels, man, I saw a TikTok about a year ago of a guy who had a finance channel. He didn't get too many more views than me. My best months, I get like 13, 14 million views a month. He was getting like 25 million views a month, right? and he was making like $700,000-800,000 a month off of 25 million views. Can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine? That would be insane, wouldn't it? But anyway, more to talk on that tomorrow for the next episode, guys. If you're enjoying the content, you want to drop a thumbs up, would be very much appreciated. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.